Hi, everyone. I'm Sabrina Dhami. This is 13 Now, your afternoon update on this Wednesday, August 31st. And we begin with some shocking news. Breaking news just coming in on the ongoing investigation into the Schoharie limo crash. A judge just tossing out the plea deal for Naaman Hussein, the operator of the limo company that owned the limo that crashed back in 2018, killing 20 people in Schoharie. Dan Levy was inside the courtroom as this whole thing unfolded. Dan, first of all, shocking update, and now things pretty much change all across the board with this case.
Indeed they do. Sabrina, I have to tell you something. On the pantheon of courtroom oddities that I have witnessed in my career, I mean, what happened inside Schoharie County Court today was right up there at or near the top. Now, depending on who you ask here today, what happened in the Naaman Hussein case was either extraordinary or else it was a miracle, because some of the family members said they were praying for something like this to happen. Let me explain. Hussein had already pled guilty to a 20-count indictment, criminally negligent homicide, and his defense team worked out that plea deal with Susan Mallory, the district attorney, whereby Hussein would plead guilty in exchange for 5 years probation. Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the sentencing. Judge Peter Lynch rejected the plea deal today in court as family members of the limo crash victims just burst into applause and began hugging one another and wiping back tears. You know, the judge then offered Hussein an ultimatum, forcing him to withdraw his guilty plea within 20 minutes or else be sentenced immediately to 1 1/3 to 4 years in prison. So Hussein and his attorneys, Lee Kinlan and Chad Siegel, returned to the courtroom around 12:15, and they withdrew the guilty plea. And that means the entire 20-count indictment is reinstated, and Judge Lynch ordered a trial to begin in just 2 weeks on September 14th. Now, Hussein had nothing to say either inside court or outside. There were 5 family members who read victim impact statements in the courtroom. However, they reserved any comments outside, and the defense attorneys were clearly shocked and dismayed at this turn of events. They believed Lynch may have overreached, and they're exploring that possibility, and you will hear more of what the defense attorneys and what the judge had to say beginning at 4 o'clock. Just bizarre and unprecedented from what I can gather here, Sabrina.
No, you've been covering court cases in the Capital Region for a very long time, Dan, and to hear a shocking development like this, I mean, you've never witnessed anything like this before in all of your years doing this.
Not only have I never witnessed it, but 2 veteran defense attorneys, Chad Siegel, who works for Joe Tacopino, and Lee Kinlan, say they have never experienced anything like this, and they have long distinguished legal careers. So this is really unprecedented. Let's keep in mind, Judge Bartlett was the original judge on this case. He retired, and so they shipped in Albany County Judge Peter Lynch, and he's the one who said, this is not acceptable to me. The man responsible for 20 deaths needs a little stiffer penalty. That's what you take away from what happened here today.
Wow. Well, I know you have a lot to go through, Dan, as no one really expected this to happen today. So thank you for taking a moment to speak with us and update us here on YouTube. And we'll see you starting live at 4. Dan Levy live in Schoharie right now. Thank you very much. I want to get to another big story. We covered all day yesterday and all evening the weather. Of course, we had a decent amount of storm damage in some spots, and I just checked not too long ago, and there are still a few dozen power outages in Saratoga County, Schenectady County, Warren County as well. A look at some of that damage that we got in pictures yesterday. Trees down across the area, trees uprooted. So this was, of course, the weather that our weather team was tracking all afternoon. They called it an alert day, and it was obviously the right call. So let's bring in meteorologist Paul Cayano. Paul, kind of today is the cleanup after the storm, and a lot of people dealing with those pictures that we just showed.
Yeah, I mean, still summer, still that heat and humidity. It reached 90 again yesterday, and then you get one of these stronger cold fronts coming through because, let's face it, fall's right around the corner, and the clash of the seasons begin, and that's what we had yesterday. A lot of heavy downpours. Also, much quieter day today, Sabrina, in just about the entire area with some fair weather cumulus clouds, a lot of sunshine mixed in, and temperatures climbing slowly but still steadily through the 70s and toward the 80-degree mark. Let's take a look outside. Right now, you can see out in Pittsfield, we have that beautiful blue sky mixed in with some puffy fair weather clouds. And this is really the scene across much of the area. Notice temperatures in the 70s. So unlike recent days and weeks where we've pretty much soared through the 70s and well into the 80s and near 90 a lot of days. Today, a little bit more like you would expect for late August and right around the corner, early September. Now, notice that cell north and east of Utica. It's part of a batch of scattered thunderstorms that are devolving in southern Ontario. We're going to watch for these to rotate through the western Adirondacks. I think they'll probably miss most of our area, if not the entire area to the north, but we'll see if any of them make a closer approach to the North Country through the afternoon. But overwhelmingly, most of the capital region will have a good amount of sunshine through the balance of the day. Notice just about to 80 for daytime highs. Going to be a quick cool down tonight. So if you're going to be out after dark tonight, bring the light jacket or sweater. Temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly back through the 70s and 60s and 50s for overnight lows. Some places even in the 40s. Notice a lot of dry weather. And as we get into the day tomorrow, September 1st, a real autumn-like feel to the air, and that'll hold even into the day on Friday. So 57 tonight, partly cloudy. We'll watch for that brief shower passing by to our north. 75 for a high tomorrow. No humidity in the air. Breezy, comfortably cool, we'll call it. 78 Friday after starting near 50 locally. Plenty of places in the 40s for morning temperatures on Friday. Then we'll rebound over the weekend back into the 80s with our best chance of showers over the 3-day holiday, Sabrina, on Sunday afternoon.
So far, looks pretty nice for Labor Day weekend as we clean up what Mother Nature dumped on us yesterday.
Exactly.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. We'll see you live at 4. I want to get you a quick update on a wildfire still growing just south of the capital region. The Napanock Point fire in Ulster County now has grown to 270 acres. So we just got an update from the Department of Environmental Conservation Commissioner. Tiffany Payton just spoke with him. So Tiffany, what did he have to say as far as efforts to fight this fire?
Sabrina, the commissioner talked about all the safety response teams that we had at trying to control this Napanock wildfire. As you said, it surpassed 276 acres. And he told me that there are still a number of stressors with this fire. The fire is not put out. And he also told us that there is a potential for this fire to grow even more. He said there were stressors as big as fatigue. He said there are so many response teams there who are actively devoting their time to put this fire out, but the fire just continues to grow. And the biggest problem is that it's so dry there. The fire is growing and we are still going through this long period of dryness. So the commissioner told me that he just hopes we get some rain very soon, because right now the biggest problem is how dry it is. He also went on to say that it's actually pretty rare for a wildfire to happen this late in the summer. He said, has it happened before? Yes, but it is rare in this case. Again, he told us to expect more wildfire. But again, the commissioner is just staying hopeful that we will get some rain soon. He could not confirm how much more time they would need to put this fire out, because right now it is an active fire and it's still growing, which is the big problem. So I'll have more on that story at 4. But right now, the biggest thing the commissioner talked about was the amount of dryness there in Napanock.
Yeah, and so this is Minnewaska State Park Preserve in the Ulster County area. And Tiffany, as you mentioned, it's not only rare, I guess, this late in the season, but for us here in the capital region, we don't see fires like this as often. So I'm sure the commissioner, they're wrestling with how to tackle this and how to get the manpower really to do it.
Exactly. And he also mentioned they have Black Hawk helicopters dumping water, constantly dumping large amount of buckets of water to put this fire out, because for the capital region, we've never seen anything like this, right? He said that this Department of Conservation, they go to places like California where it's dry, where wildfires are more common. So for upstate, this is different, and they're trying to tackle it as much as they can. But, they need the manpower. But unfortunately, as he said, the manpower, they're getting tired up there. So we're going to hope, best of luck to them. And we're going to follow this story closely with more updates.
Okay, fantastic. Tiffany, thank you for taking a moment to update us on what the commissioner had to say. We'll see you live at 4.
Thank you.
That is your 13 Now update on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, starting live at 4, we will have much more on that shocking news coming out of Schoharie County with a judge essentially rejecting a plea deal struck between the operator of the limo, the owner of the limo and the operator, and the Schoharie County prosecutor. So this essentially resets this case. We will be speaking with Dan much more about that and also have some legal insights starting live at 4. We will see you then. I'm Sabrina Dami.